It all started on a night that was supposed to be just another high-profile outing in Atlanta, but quickly spiraled into chaos. T.I., the renowned rapper and actor, was spotted arriving at one of the city's most exclusive nightclubs, flanked by security and a small entourage. Everyone expected a night of glamour, flashing cameras, and celebrity encounters. Little did they know, 50 Cent was also at the same club, celebrating what he called a personal milestone. Unaware that this night would escalate into one of the most talked-about altercations in recent hip-hop history. The tension between T.I. and 50 Cent had been simmering for months. Social media feuds, subtle disses in tracks, and public jabs at award shows had made the animosity impossible to ignore. That night, the air outside the club was thick with anticipation. Fans, paparazzi, and onlookers could feel that something big was about to happen. As soon as T.I. arrived, he was seen scanning the area, clearly looking for 50 Cent. Eyewitnesses later described T.I.'s demeanor as aggressive and calculated, suggesting he wasn't there to socialize but to confront. Meanwhile, 50 Cent, ever the street-smart mogul, was already aware of T.I.'s presence. He had reportedly been tipped off by mutual contacts who warned him that T.I. might attempt to instigate a scene. 50 Cent wasn't alone either. He had his own entourage, including close associates who have been loyal since his rise in the music industry. Cameras captured the moment when both sides locked eyes from across the crowded entrance, a silent acknowledgement that words alone would not suffice. Security attempted to intervene early, positioning themselves between the two camps. However, T.I. seemed determined to push the boundaries. Eyewitnesses recounted seeing T.I. step closer to 50 Cent, gesturing in a manner that suggested provocation. 50 Cent, known for his calculated reactions, did not immediately respond, but the tension was palpable. The crowd around them grew, sensing the impending conflict, and phones began recording the incident in real time, capturing every move. As the situation escalated, a heated exchange of words erupted. T.I. was heard shouting insults and challenging 50 Cent, his voice cutting through the music blaring from the club speakers. 50 Cent, never one to back down, fired back with his own words, sharp and deliberate, each carefully chosen to land impact not only in the moment, but across social media after the fact. Their entourages started inching closer, some attempting to mediate, while others fueled the tension further. The altercation outside the club quickly drew law enforcement attention. Police vehicles arrived on the scene as the crowd swelled, consisting of curious fans and journalists who had caught wind of the brewing confrontation. T.I., despite the police presence, refused to step back, maintaining a defiant posture. Witnesses claimed he was clearly aware that cameras were rolling and that the incident would go viral within hours. 50 Cent, meanwhile, remained composed, his gaze fixed on T.I., signaling that while he wouldn't initiate violence, he was ready for any move. A critical turning point came when a member of T.I.'s entourage attempted to get physically close to 50 Cent, prompting immediate intervention from security. Shouts filled the air as the crowd surged, and in a chaotic moment, T.I. was restrained by both his team and law enforcement. Eyewitness footage shows T.I. struggling against officers, clearly agitated and unwilling to let the confrontation end without making a statement. Meanwhile, 50 Cent and his entourage gradually stepped back, showing restraint but keeping the intensity of their presence. The aftermath was immediate and dramatic. T.I. was arrested on the scene for disorderly conduct and attempting to provoke a public altercation. His mugshot, released hours later, reflected the tension of the night, a mixture of defiance, anger, and frustration. Social media erupted, with fans taking sides, analyzing every frame of the video, and speculating about the root of the feud. Memes, tweets, and commentary flooded platforms, amplifying the incident far beyond the physical confrontation outside the club. Legal analysts quickly weighed in on the situation. They noted that T.I.'s arrest could carry significant consequences, both in terms of public image and potential legal ramifications. Meanwhile, 50 Cent was praised by some for maintaining composure and avoiding escalation, though others criticized him for the tense standoff that could have easily turned violent. The incident reignited conversations about celebrity feuds, the influence of social media in amplifying conflicts, and the responsibilities of high-profile figures when tensions boil over in public spaces. As news outlets covered the event, insiders hinted that this confrontation was far from an isolated incident. Past grievances between T.I. and 50 Cent were resurfacing, including rumored disputes over business ventures, perceived slights in music lyrics, and personal disagreements that had never been fully resolved. The night outside the club was not just a spontaneous fight. It was a culmination of months of tension, carefully simmering beneath the surface, now exploding into the public eye in a way that would dominate headlines for weeks. The morning after the wild confrontation outside the Atlanta club, social media erupted into chaos. Videos of T.I. being restrained by police circulated within minutes, capturing every tense gesture, every shouted word, and every second of his struggle. Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok exploded with reactions, memes, and commentary, and the feud between T.I. and 50 Cent was now front-page news across multiple outlets. Fans of both artists were divided, some defending T.I.'s aggressive stance, claiming he was standing his ground, while others praised 50 Cent for maintaining composure in the face of provocation. News outlets immediately began dissecting the incident. Analysts highlighted T.I.'s arrest for disorderly conduct as a critical moment in his career, noting that public figures who engage in such confrontations risk long-term damage to their reputations. Meanwhile, 50 Cent was portrayed as the calculating, strategic figure who knew how to use restraint as leverage. Interviews with eyewitnesses painted a picture of T.I. as impulsive and fiery, whereas 50 Cent was methodical, making every move deliberate. The contrast in their approaches fueled speculation about who won the public perception battle that night. In the days following the incident, insiders close to the hip-hop industry leaked details about the tension leading up to the confrontation. Sources revealed that T.I. and 50 Cent had been at odds for months over several overlapping business interests, including disputes over brand deals, music rights, and rumored negotiations for collaborative ventures that had gone south. These sources suggested that the confrontation outside the club was not just about ego or image. It was a culmination of serious financial and professional disputes. Meanwhile, T.I.'s legal team scrambled to mitigate the fallout from his arrest. Public statements emphasized that T.I. had no intention of causing harm, framing the incident as a misunderstanding amplified by a crowd eager to sensationalize the drama. However, social media users were relentless. Every clip, slowed-down replay, and eyewitness account fueled a non-stop conversation about celebrity behavior, conflict resolution, and the impact of social media on public perception. T.I.'s name trended globally for days, his arrest overshadowing upcoming projects and professional announcements. 50 Cent, on the other hand, leveraged the situation with calculated precision. Within hours, he posted a cryptic video on his social media channels, referencing the incident without directly naming T.I. The post showcased 50 Cent's trademark mix of humor and intimidation, reminding the public of his street credibility and media savvy. Fans analyzed every frame, trying to decode hidden messages and subtle jabs aimed at T.I., further intensifying the ongoing feud. The move reinforced 50 Cent's reputation for turning potentially damaging situations into strategic publicity wins. Industry insiders speculated that other celebrities closely connected to both camps were forced to pick sides, whether publicly or privately. Rumors surfaced about interventions by mutual acquaintances who tried to prevent further escalation. Yet, every effort to mediate was complicated by ego, past grievances, and the omnipresent eye of the media. T.I.'s allies remained vocal, defending his reputation and framing the arrest as an overreaction by law enforcement, while 50 Cent's supporters highlighted his measured response, portraying him as the voice of reason in a chaotic situation. The ripple effects of the incident extended beyond just T.I., and 50 Cent. Music journalists and commentators began linking the event to the broader history of celebrity feuds in hip-hop, comparing it to past confrontations that had shaped the genre's narrative. Analysts pointed out that T.I.'s impulsive actions and 50 Cent's calculated restraint mirrored historical patterns where public perception often outweighed the actual confrontation itself. Social media trends, streaming spikes for both artists' music, and viral memes created an ecosystem where every move, statement, or post was scrutinized and dissected. By midweek, the legal implications of T.I.'s arrest began to surface. Lawyers and commentators debated potential penalties, ranging from fines to probation, and speculated on how this could affect his professional engagements. Meanwhile, 50 Cent remained largely untouched legally, his careful distance from the physical altercation reinforcing his image as untouchable in moments of crisis. The narrative quickly shifted from a simple street-level clash to a high-profile case study in celebrity strategy, image management, and the intersection of personal pride with public scrutiny. The incident also sparked conversations about accountability in celebrity culture. Critics questioned whether figures like T.I. and 50 Cent could navigate personal conflicts without endangering public spaces, or if social media and paparazzi pressures inevitably escalate tensions. Meanwhile, fans dissected the situation endlessly online, debating every moment of body language, tone, and verbal exchange. Clips of T.I. shouting, struggling, and being restrained by police became symbolic in the eyes of the public, while 50 Cent's composed demeanor was used as a lesson in control and reputation management. As the dust settled from the initial confrontation, whispers of what truly happened began circulating within insider circles. Sources close to T.I. revealed that the rapper felt personally disrespected by 50 Cent, claiming that subtle disses over the past months had crossed a line. According to these insiders, T.I.'s decision to confront 50 Cent outside the club was intentional, a culmination of mounting frustrations that had been simmering since previous public jabs. He wasn't just looking for drama, one source said. He wanted to make a statement that he wasn't backing down from anyone, not even 50 Cent. On the other side, 50 Cent's team insisted that he had no interest in confrontation, but was prepared to defend himself if necessary. His calculated restraint during the incident was praised by loyal fans and commentators alike, highlighting a level of media-savvy strategy that few in the industry could match. Sources close to 50 Cent claimed that every move he made that night, from his entrance to his subtle gestures during the standoff, was deliberate. He knows the cameras are on him, and he knows how to control the narrative, one insider said. He never acts impulsively, he reacts. The celebrity world reacted almost instantly. Fellow artists, producers, and media personalities began weighing in publicly and privately. Some celebrities defended T.I., praising him for showing courage and refusing to be intimidated by 50 Cent's reputation. Others sided with 50 Cent, citing his calm demeanor and strategic control of the situation. The feud reignited old rivalries in the hip-hop community, with analysts noting that the incident could redefine alliances and loyalties in Atlanta and beyond. Social media platforms exploded with commentary, debates, and viral memes, amplifying the story far beyond the physical altercation. Meanwhile, T.I.'s legal troubles deepened. His arrest sparked conversations among lawyers, fans, and media outlets about potential charges and consequences. Legal experts speculated that T.I. could face probation, fines, or mandated conflict resolution programs, emphasizing how public figures are increasingly under scrutiny for actions in crowded or highly publicized spaces. 50 Cent, by contrast, remained untouched by law enforcement, a fact that fueled speculation that his restraint and tactical approach had kept him legally safe, while allowing T.I. to shoulder the public fallout. Inside sources also revealed tension within T.I.'s own circle. Some members of his entourage reportedly questioned his decision to confront 50 Cent directly, arguing that the risk to his reputation and legal standing outweighed any potential benefit. Despite these concerns, T.I. pushed forward, insisting that the moment required a direct approach. This internal conflict added another layer of drama to the story, painting a picture of a leader determined to assert dominance while facing resistance from his closest allies. For 50 Cent, the confrontation became an opportunity to reinforce his image as a calculated, unshakable figure in the music world. Interviews and social media posts from his camp subtly emphasized his restraint while highlighting T.I.'s impulsive behavior. Analysts noted that 50 Cent's approach could set a precedent for handling celebrity disputes. Maintain composure, control the narrative, and let the opponent make the mistakes that the public will remember. This strategy not only protected him legally, but also allowed him to come out of the incident looking stronger in the eyes of fans and the media. The media frenzy continued to grow as clips from the confrontation went viral. Every movement, expression, and word from both T.I. and 50 Cent was scrutinized, analyzed, and turned into content across platforms. Journalists dissected body language, hand gestures, and verbal tone, creating theories about who was the aggressor and who held the moral high ground. Meanwhile, memes and commentary flooded social media, further fueling the narrative that the feud was as much about image and strategy as it was about personal pride or ego. Meanwhile, speculation about future confrontations began to dominate conversations online. Fans and insiders debated whether T.I. and 50 Cent would attempt another public showdown, or if the feud would continue through social media disses, cryptic posts, or indirect references in their music. Industry insiders suggested that the clash was far from over, hinting at the possibility of music releases, interviews, or events strategically timed to maximize tension and public attention. Every move by T.I. or 50 Cent became part of a larger chess game, with their respective entourages acting as both protectors and strategists. As the week progressed, other celebrities and media personalities jumped into the fray. Some criticized T.I., claiming his public display of aggression was reckless and could encourage similar behavior among fans. Others applauded 50 Cent, portraying him as a figure who could maintain control even when provoked. The incident also prompted broader discussions about conflict management in the celebrity world, with experts weighing in on how public figures navigate disputes, legal consequences, and the ever-present influence of social media. By the end of the week, the fallout from the confrontation outside the Atlanta club had reached a fever pitch. The videos, memes, and social media commentary had multiplied exponentially, making T.I.'s arrest one of the most talked-about celebrity incidents in recent years. The public debate about the altercation didn't just revolve around who was right or wrong. It was about the larger narrative of power, control, and reputation in the music industry. T.I. was now under intense scrutiny, not only from fans, but from industry leaders, law enforcement, and corporate partners. Every post, every interview, and every public appearance was analyzed for hints about his state of mind and his future strategy. Legal experts began breaking down T.I.'s potential liabilities, emphasizing that his actions outside the club could carry repercussions far beyond a simple arrest. Some suggested that probation, mandatory anger management, or fines were likely, while others warned that any further incidents could jeopardize his career opportunities and endorsements. Meanwhile, 50 Cent remained legally untouchable, a fact that only fueled speculation about his superior strategic foresight. Observers noted that 50 Cent had skillfully avoided the chaos while positioning himself as the voice of control and composure, a masterclass in celebrity crisis management. The feud also had significant implications for their public images. T.I.'s image as a powerful, street-savvy rapper was overshadowed by his impulsive actions, while 50 Cent's reputation as a calculated and untouchable figure was strengthened. Social media users dissected every move, interpreting T.I.'s arrest as a symbolic loss and 50 Cent's restraint as a victory of strategy over aggression. The narrative became a case study in how public perception can be just as influential as the actual events themselves. Every tweet, comment, and meme reinforced the perception that the confrontation was more than a personal dispute. It was a spectacle watched by millions around the world. Behind the scenes, tensions within T.I.'s inner circle began to surface. Members of his entourage reportedly criticized him for escalating the situation, warning that the incident could have long-term consequences for both his career and personal life. Yet, T.I. remained unapologetic, insisting that standing his ground was a necessary assertion of dominance and respect. The internal conflict only added complexity to the narrative, highlighting how even allies can become divided when celebrity disputes spiral out of control. Meanwhile, 50 Cent continued to strategically control the narrative. Through social media posts, interviews, and subtle public appearances, he projected an image of calm authority. Every statement and gesture was analyzed for hidden meaning, signaling that while he avoided direct confrontation, he remained fully engaged in the ongoing feud. Industry insiders speculated that 50 Cent was using the situation to strengthen his brand, reinforcing the idea that calculated patience can often yield greater long-term influence than impulsive action. As the weeks passed, media outlets and fans began connecting the confrontation to a broader pattern of conflicts in the hip-hop industry. Analysts drew comparisons to historic feuds, highlighting how rivalries often serve as platforms for publicity, image building, and influence over fan bases. T.I. and 50 Cent's clash was framed as a modern example of this dynamic. Personal grievances amplified by social media and public attention, with every action scrutinized and magnified. The incident became a cultural talking point, discussed not only among fans but within music industry circles, marketing teams, and celebrity management firms. In addition to the media and legal implications, the confrontation sparked conversations about the responsibilities of public figures in high-stakes situations. Critics argued that T.I.'s aggressive behavior set a risky example, particularly given the presence of fans and bystanders. Supporters countered that T.I. was asserting personal boundaries and defending his reputation, framing the event as a natural response to disrespect. 50 Cent's measured approach, meanwhile, was highlighted as a demonstration of professional restraint and long-term strategic thinking, reinforcing his legacy as someone who understands both the street and the media game. The incident also had a ripple effect on both artists' professional projects. Reports suggested that T.I. faced delays and cancellations in upcoming appearances and brand partnerships, as sponsors and collaborators reconsidered their associations in light of the public controversy. 50 Cent, however, reportedly leveraged the incident to increase engagement with his ventures, including music releases, media appearances, and business projects. Analysts noted that the situation exemplified the power of narrative control. While T.I. became defined by impulsive aggression, 50 Cent became defined by strategic restraint, effectively turning a potentially damaging situation into a win for his public image. In conclusion, the confrontation outside the Atlanta club was more than a single night of conflict. It was a microcosm of celebrity culture, media influence, and the high-stakes world of hip-hop rivalries. T.I.'s arrest and public struggle highlighted the dangers of impulsive actions in a hyper-connected world, while 50 Cent's restraint showcased the benefits of strategic thinking and media savvy. Both artists emerged with their images forever altered, the public forever debating who truly won the confrontation. Ultimately, the incident serves as a lesson in fame, influence, and the delicate balance between personal pride and public perception, proving that in the world of celebrity conflicts, every move is magnified, every choice matters, and the consequences can last far longer than a single night outside a club. Don't miss a single update. Smash that like button if you think 50 Cent played it smart. Comment below who you think really came out on top, T.I. or 50 Cent, and make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss our exclusive celebrity drama breakdowns. Trust us, the story isn't over yet.